Hello, love. Captain Jack Sparrow again, and I'm going to graph a lovely problem for you. -4 to the x minus 2 minus 1. This is probably one of my favorite things in the world, besides that compass I have that is all broken and points to the thing you most want. I think in that situation the compass would probably point to this problem. So I'm going to start out by graphing y equals 4 to the x, because that's the function that's most closely related to the function that I was given. And I'll use the points -1, 0, 1 on x. 4 to the -1 is 1/4, 4 to the 0 is 1, and 4 to the 1 is 4. And I'm going to use a very light shade to put those on my graph, because it's just the first step in a much larger process. So, -1, 1/4, 0, 1, and 1, 4. And I'm going to use a very, very light line to connect those and make my curve. And also remember that you have a horizontal asymptote right there at the x-axis. I'm not going to draw that in because it's going to be moved eventually anyhow. So now I've graphed 4 to the x. I now wish to graph, so that's 4 to the x. I now wish to graph 4 to the x minus 2. Now I don't need to make a new table. Just take every point and shift it right 2 and right 2. And I'm going to have a lovely point here moving right 2. And reconnect your dots with a very lightly drawn line, because once again, there's still more work to do, love. It's kind of like serving aboard Davy Jones' ship. There's always something more to do and while you turn into seafood. Okay, so now I'm going to graph -4 to the x minus 2. Notice that I'm waiting to do -1 till the end because mathematically speaking, it's the furthest away from my basic function, which was 4 to the x. So a -4 to the x minus 2 causes this point to flip down there in a lovely way, and this point flips down to -1 in an equally lovely way, and this point flips all the way down to -4, and I redraw my curve with a lovely, lovely, but lightly drawn line. And then the last thing I need to do, I'm going to now graph -4 to the x minus 1. So the horizontal asymptote that I had here will now move down 1, along with all the points that I plotted. So this point moves down 1 more, and this point moves down 1 more, and it's at -2 now, and this point moves down to -5. And I redraw the graph in a lovely color. And then I'm going to highlight it as well, just so that you can really appreciate the beauty of this wonderful graph. So there I've highlighted it for you, and I've shown you how to graph another problem involving transformation, and it's quite lovely.